I was recently asked, was there a biggest day in the 40-year history of Sweet Sweat in sports research? And there undoubtedly was. I developed Sweet Sweat and I said, okay, we put it on the market and it was very popular in Southern California at the malls and things like that. We still weren't making any real money out of it, and we were told, hey, we've got to see if this internationally would be a good thing. And there was a big show in Germany, in Munich, Germany, in the early 80s, and we said, wow, this is too expensive for us to go to. We had 3 little kids and just got a house, but they said how important this would be to see if you really had a product that can move, could sell, can repeat, whatever. And so we took a chance, my wife and I, and we got a second on our house, and maybe not a good move at that time with little kids, and just a show we didn't know anything about, never been to a show. We went to Germany, and there were like these big halls that they are in shows like sports arenas. And in between the halls were walkways. So we weren't able to get into the show. So we luckily had a friend that said, okay, well, I'm outside doing like these surfboard things. You could put your product on a shelf right next to my stuff. We're outside, you don't get many people, but maybe people walk by and maybe see you. My good buddy, Brian Llewellyn, Notre Dame football great, was with us. We wore our jackets and ties the first day and stood there. And for the first day, we actually didn't have one person come by to even look at the jar. And so we stood there 8 hours, all ready to go and sell this, we think, a great product, and nobody cared, nobody saw it. Second day, we did get one person to come over and pick up the jar, say something in German, and put it back. So now we knew we were in a pretty desperate situation, and so that night at dinner, we just said, look, we're in trouble. We're not going to sell anything here. Nobody even cares about this. Number 2, we're probably going to lose our house, What are we going to do? So the next day, the last day of the show, the most important day in the history of our company, that's why I feel it was that day. Since we don't speak German, we just came up with how we demonstrate the product in Southern California at the malls. I got my wife's lipstick and put a line down and put the product on one side and not the other. It's a do or die. Luckily, we had our jump ropes. We went out there, and now we're gonna have to sweat on one side of the body. And I swear to you, we jumped 4 hours straight. Lo and behold, about after an hour and a half, we started to get a crowd, and then a bigger crowd. So I just told my buddy Brian and Marie, let's just keep going, People would come up to us, I kid you not, and they would do something we never saw in the Southern California malls. They would actually see where the sweat was, go like that, and go like that. And I'm going, oh no, don't do that. What actually are they doing? I don't know what they're doing. They're trying to see, is that sweat, is that salty? Which was explained to us later on. After 4 hours, we sold every single jar and got 14 countries that day. That 14 countries was what started this company, where I was able to have a house with kids could live in the house. That was it. That was history.